Hi, it's Ileana. So today I'm going to talk about something I'd recently seen that is very familiar to me. So I had watched UAP Gerb's newest video about an insider who works in the military, and this insider was taken into a crane facility. Crane is one of the leading military testing and reverse engineering facilities, apparently. So he was being trained on specialized technologies and equipment for this training and taken to Crane to do the training upgrades. And he had his special clearances and everything. So this insider has said that he had seen advanced technology of what looked like a gauntlet that has an energetic interface with metallic-like appearance, and you put it on your hand and it energizes, and they're theorizing that it's a weapon, that it's an energy frequency weapon of some kind, that it's like armor. It blends to your hand, and it works in conjunction with you sending it information, and then it acts upon the information, whatever programming it's given. Then this insider saw a sphere, what was looking like a silver metallic sphere, but with a translucent light quality that can interact with thought consciousness connection. And it could show you things, project things into your mind, of seeing things that you need to know about, or projecting your mind outward somewhere, and you're holographically seeing events happening in time on a planet off-world, that these spheres are consciousness sentient technologies recovered from off-world crafts that have either been shot down or retrieved from crash sites on Earth by military operatives. And then all this extraterrestrial technology is taken into underground military facilities, black sites, or other military R&D departments, research and development. This technology is studied, it's reverse engineered, or they attempt to reverse engineer it and then utilize it for military purposes or other purposes, technological devices, in various programs like DARPA, Black Site Facilities, Black Operations Group. What I found interesting, that the insider that UAP Gerb had actually had a conversation with. The insider's face was not shown, but his voice was not altered in any way. So you know the insider is a man. You hear the insider's voice, and he has shown UAP Gerb the DD-214 documentation where he served, where he got his training. So this insider seems to have some legitimacy in what they are reporting in disclosure. And what I found interesting is that he said that when he went into this crane facility, there was checkpoints on the surface of the facility. Then they went underground through elevators and went through blast doors into this R&D research and development facility, the underground section. And there was a viewing room where the sphere and gauntlet was, and that when he had been briefed on this technology by the military trainer personnel, and there were other people there in suits and scientists, the gauntlet and the sphere were being monitored for how this tech works and how to reverse engineer it. So the insider said that he was shown this technology, and he sort of got a close look of it. And when he was leaving, when the training was over, he started to forget the sequence of events of what he saw of this technology. He thinks the sphere has some kind of properties that make you forget what you've seen and learned about. And the Black Operations Group has technology and devices that can make you forget what you've seen or experienced or have experienced while you're in their presence. This technology exists. It's derived from off-world devices, many devices like wands that they could just put in front of you, flashes of light, makes you forget whatever you've seen, been debriefed on, disclosed, what you've gotten in disclosure through debriefings. If you've seen this tech, off-world tech, advanced technology with these spheres, these gauntlets, other tech, gravitational technology that is energy generators, various crafts, how it works, been described to you how it works, what it does. Opposing factions of the Black Operations Group say you were shown this stuff by the more positive aspect of the Black Operations Group, then the opposing side that does not want any of this disclosed can go in and basically erase the informants or whistleblowers or insiders' memories of events of what they've been connecting to and interacting with. All the tech that was shown, the memories of that tech is erased. Or there's also the mind control technologies or behavioral modification technologies that the Black Operations Group has, so they can alter your memories, erase memories, or even change your behavioral patterns to suit their needs and what you're going to be disclosing. They have also technology to keep people in stasis for prolonged periods of time. If they want to hold you, they can. For interrogation, for whatever reason, they want to detain you and hold you in a stasis chamber or a stasis pod, they certainly can. You'll stay alive, but they're not going to let you go until they want to release you. And you might not remember most of that experience because your memories were changed, erased, or altered. And patterns of frequency of behavior is also changed potentially. So what these whistleblowers, insiders are potentially exposed to can have huge ramifications. They might think they're on the side of good and they're disclosing everything that the Black Operations Group says that they're the good guys to disclose to the public because it's disclosure that we need to know of. These people would not have any idea that their memories were even tampered with or their behaviors changed because it's done on a subconscious, subliminal mind control programming capacity. You wouldn't even know what was done to you because you can't remember it. You don't remember that something was fundamentally changed in your thought patterns, your brain, or behavior. For you to talk a certain way, to say certain things, it's a subliminal energetic programming frequency that they can run on you with devices. So those people that are saying 100% on the side of good, there's a faction of the Black Operations Group that is on the side of humanity. They want to come forward, disclose, but they need a representative to help them out and work with them. Maybe that's genuine, but maybe there's some control factors these people don't even know about that they've been used in ways that they can't remember. They have no memory of at all. I would say cannot discount that kind of potentiality. because these groups are very capable of doing that, and they've done that. I've had an experience of missing time and not being able to retrieve everything in memory when I was taken for a couple of days by the Black Operations Group. I think I've retrieved those memories and I know what happened to me. Like, I've done that, so I know what was erased on the surface of my memories. Because again, what's erased of your experiences and memories, that's just on the surface level. It still remains deep in the subconsciousness. So anything erased or manipulated in terms of memory, that manipulation, that can be retrieved and that can be looked at if you were messed with or not. It can be done through hypnosis if you ask the right questions, if the practitioner sets everything up correctly. It can be done through remote viewing, double-blind remote viewing. If you task something correctly, you can find out information about what happened to you if the tasker does it correctly. So I've since found out what happened to me beyond what I've disclosed in the Black Operations. A couple of days where I had been taken and interrogated and tortured in 2024. I briefly talked about that, and I've gotten more information through legitimate ways of what was further beyond of how they kept me for 2 days. So I found that out, that info, through legit sources and processes. Again, it can be done through hypnosis, remote viewing. It can be done through memory regression. You have to do it with professionals. You have to be willing to be ready to find out that things are not as they seem and everything is not as it is. To have a willingness to keep an open mind, that not everything is as you think it is. I always keep that open-mindedness because anybody can be messed with their thoughts, with their mind. No matter how much you protect your soul essence, your inner self, your outer self, your consciousness, there are technologies out there that can interfere with that. There are beings with powers that can interfere with that. Strong psionics that work for these Black Operations groups can literally rape your mind, break it into pieces, literally extract what they need out of your consciousness and make you forget that you ever had that experience of what they did to you. They can do it on that level of psionic ability. Mind control, mind over matter, changing your memories, erasing your memories, changing events of what they can make you think what you saw and experienced as events. It's part of the holographic projection of what they can put as imprints into your mind imprints. So people with abilities can do this, not just the technology itself from off-world crafts. The technology can do it, strong psionics can do it, so you have to guard yourself against this stuff constantly and have an open mind that you can be messed with at any time when you work with these Black Operations groups, or if you're associated with them in any way or situation. Even if they claim to be the good faction, they might not be so good, or the opposing faction who works for the same program can get a hold of you and change you in ways you don't even know. That can happen. It's a reality. It's a fact. It's something that I'm constantly aware of, and not to have my free will choice stolen from me or taken away in what was done to me. I am cognizant of the capabilities of the Black Operations Group and what they can do. I never underestimate what they can do to someone because I've witnessed it firsthand, their capabilities. So I don't underestimate that. They even can breed soldiers, psionic soldiers and pilots who who have had their behavior modified, they do not feel anything emotionally. They're cold like robots. And their behavior is grab the person per the programming, do what they need to do with this person, and then either dump them back home or get rid of them. They follow the programming orders of whatever is done through the mind control to them. Brain programming, energetic brain programming. I thought that these psionics pilot soldiers, honestly, were like, you've sent morons to retrieve me. These people are intelligent, but they're so arrogant and robotic in their actions. I'm like, you sent morons to get me. This is your top notch. This is the best tier of what you have, but they're not morons. Very intelligent pilots, soldiers, just doing their thing, following the orders of the mind control programming, of what was bred for them to do or programmed. They're not idiots. They're just cold-hearted individuals bred to be like that. So I sort of underestimated them. I thought, these are your elites? This is what you're sending to get me? They're morons. No, they're not. So even I sort of underestimated them. And I've come to realize there's more to this than what it was. And to understand why these people were acting like that. Because it's mind control, it's arrogance, it's thought programming for them to behave that way. They're just doing what they were told to do through mind control manipulation and thought consciousness alteration. Signals going into their brains to do this. It's thought programming. Literally, that is thought programming. And I get it now. That's what they were doing. They're not morons. They're not idiots. They're operatives. Psionic operatives. That's what they do. That's how they're sent out with programming. Robotic, cold, emotionally unavailable. Zero emotion. It's like talking to a robotic being who's just following orders. Plus with a side of arrogance. Like, we're the top notch of the tier here. We're in control, not you. So these individuals, they were special because they were altered through mind consciousness to act the way they were in this cold, robotic, unemotional behavior. You couldn't reason with them. You couldn't negotiate with them. You couldn't say anything that would change their minds because their minds were programmed and set on certain tasks and to follow a script of kidnap the person, interrogate, torture, intimidate, maybe kill them, maybe dump them, who knows? Do what you're told, follow the orders. That's what they did. That's the mind control script. They followed it perfectly. So that situation was weird, but it is what it is, and it happened to me. I finally understand this better, and so knowing this brings higher awareness to what's going on in this world, beyond the normal standard stuff in life, of what's possible and what's out there. So I just wanted to talk about this a little to make more sense out of it and understand this. So thank you so much.